Hey friends, it's been a while since I've done anything on YouTube. Took a little break, summer activities with the kids and whatnot, but I started down this road of doing something so stupid I thought I better start recording stuff, and so I put a little something together. Kind of dumb, like trying to tow a Humvee with a little mini truck, that kind of stuff. Although I don't want to film that because that'll get ugly. So yeah, check it out, see what I'm up to. It's definitely stupid. My story begins on the Rubicon this summer, where I was running my 1967 Jeepster Commando, like I do every year. She's an old rig, sprung over, always working on it, and she's always breaking down. I just cannot get this rig reliable, and I'm just kind of exhausted. So I got off trail and said, I need to get a more modern rig, something that rides better, automatic tranny. I'm just too old and lazy. I want something easy. So I also was kind of in the mood to upgrade my 99 Centurion V-Drive boat. Great boat, just a little bit small for throwing a bunch of people on there. So I thought maybe I can find myself a way to trade. Didn't have cash to jump into a Jeep, but I did kind of throw my feelers out there, and I found this guy with a 2008 JKUR, and we basically did a straight trade. I threw a couple bucks cash on top, but it's a pretty trail capable rig. Problem is that left me without a boat. And since it was fall, I thought it was a good time to just start looking around to see what things are going for and what's out there on the market, what's available. And that's where things went south. All right, so here's the latest bad decision. This boat kind of just popped into my queue one day when I was searching around. 2016 Centurion Surf. I went to look at it, and it's all there. It says undercarriage damage, but it must be referencing the fact that there's no trailer. So, unknown what it's going to sell for. The auction goes live in 2.5 hours. It's sitting at 9,600, but that has not met reserve. I've kind of done the math in my head. I think it's worth, with all the risk, not knowing what's wrong with it, throwing 20 grand at it. So we're going to see what happens. And if I do land this thing, potentially, then I got to jump through a whole bunch of other hoops to get a trailer and all this other crap. So you got to pick it up within a couple days or they start charging you money. So stay tuned for that one. All right, here we go. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Here we go, here we go.
Sold.
Oh.
New bidder.
Okay, I'm in a battle with some dude. Winning.
This is a hot lot.
Come on, bitch. How high am I gonna go? Oh my God, this is making me really nervous. Come on, suckers. Ugh, they're really creeping up on me. I don't want to go this high. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Stop doing that. Whoever's in Oregon, you need to get off. Back off.
Oh my God, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh my God. This is gonna go to bonus time anyway. Oh, Jesus. This is painful. So it's really what's my number versus what's his number. We're still on reserve. Ah, Jesus. I think I'm willing to go to 25.
Bonus time.
Asshole. I knew that bonus time was going to come into play.
Sold on approval.
Okay. Now what the hell does that mean?
So what that meant is that the seller now had to authorize my offer because we had not hit the reserve price. But in a couple hours, I got an email that whatever it was accepted, boat was released. So now I had to come up with the cash, and my winning bid price was like 23.5, but you throw on all the cost adders, and it ended up being like 29,000 bucks. So I had to juggle some finances around, get them paid, and then jump into finding a way to get this boat home, and that takes me to the next part of this adventure. So back to Facebook Marketplace looking for a trailer. Now there's tons of trailers out there, but it's not easy to find a trailer that's going to fit a direct drive or V-drive boat, especially a newer boat with the large rudder, prop, and center skag that these boats have. So I knew I needed to find something that was adjustable. These roller trailers are really adjustable, very forgiving, and this is there was one in Sacramento, but this one looked a little bit more appropriate. It just happened to come with a 30-foot Scarab, and it was 6 hours away. But jump in the truck, figured to go take a drive. The seller threw a number out there at me that was in the ballpark of what I could afford. And if you come home with a Scarab, that's just a bonus. So let's see how this goes.
All right, Friday morning after the big boat purchase, and I'm getting stuff. Got the truck loaded up with some tires. This trailer is for sale. I got a guy who wants to buy it, but I need to use it one last time to get all this MTVR crap up to Hama. And then my buddy's coming to grab these 40s, so I got to finish mounting the rears, get these broke loose, so he can pick those up. It's gonna be, and then we're driving north. Gonna get prepped to go look at a boat trailer tomorrow, which comes with a free Scarab. Oh man, yeah. Thanks whoever put the bead goo in there. This stupid Raceline wheel, these are supposed to be badass wheels, but I put that beadlock rim on like 4 times and it was leaking, and I had to silicone the stupid thing, and I'm using the bead sealer. I used like triple layers of bead sealer and it still wouldn't hold. So I'm hoping this will set up and then I can put the Jeep back together. And yeah, I'm not impressed, Raceline. Your stuff stinks. All right, so I'm gonna get to it, get on the road, and then you can follow me on my adventure. Okay, we made it to Tehama with our load of crap. I'm gonna do some Presto Cadabra. Chance dropped off this little gem. Gonna see if we can pick her up and park her over here and make sense of this nonsense. And then we'll unload some MTVR tires and then figure out why the brakes don't work on this trailer. maybe throw some shine on the tires, and tomorrow I'm meeting a dude at 7:30 in the morning and getting 2 G's for this trailer, which my dad and I paid $1,000 for about 22 years ago. Yeah, I think we got our money out of it. My old man lost a ramp out the side. It just walked out and fell out when he wasn't paying attention. That would have been a good one from behind. Oh, lots of stories here. Chance dropped a 8,000-pound brake, went right through the center there. What other stories we got? I never got a flat or broke anything on the suspension, even though we had excavators and all sorts of heavy equipment. Overloaded this trailer. God, probably at least 1.5 times its rating. And it's just lived up to whatever expectation you could throw at it. So I didn't get a spare on it until this year, which is ironic. Like, I had it for over 20 years and never had a spare tire on it. So the guy that's getting it's getting a spare. All right, let's see what happens here.
So this old skip loader I got this last year for $6,000. It is the best tool. I'm not sure how I got through life this long without a skip loader. I mean, a backhoe would be just as good, but man, it is the coolest tool. It just makes everything so easy. And then it's just cool. Like, who doesn't like anything that's got hydraulics between excavators and backhoes and forklifts? Oh, the toys. Love the toys.
Oh, there goes the trailer. She was a good trailer. Let's see. I didn't count the money, but it looks like about the right amount. So, we'll take this and we'll go buy another trailer. What do you think about that? Oh, you are wagging your tail because you know that's going to be fun, right? Yeah. So we got a couple hours to kill before we go check out this boat trailer situation. So we're doing a little Bidwell Park hike, and it is a friggin' nice day. I'll get a better picture. We're gonna get up on this point right there. But, dude, you like it here? Solid? Do your little happy dance. Happy dance, do it. No, I guess I'm just doing my happy dance. Onward. All right, so a little bit better view from up here. So that's kind of downtown Chico, or the Chico metropolis. Horseshoe Lake, Sacramento Valley, of course. And can we zoom? So out here, that's the self-proclaimed smallest mountain range in the world. I don't know how true that is, but it is pretty cool. So yeah, it's Bidwell Park. Super nice day, crisp and clear. Just a ton of people out. I've rarely seen this many people hiking out here, but it's a cool spot. So this is that little bluff I was pointing at. Oh, puppy. Okay, later. Beautiful country, Kona. Beautiful country. All right. Here's what we got. Sitting a little low in the back.
So we had some fun getting the boat situated. It obviously is sitting way too far back on the trailer. I don't know how they even moved it around because it had negative tongue weight.
So we had to get a little bit creative. Really nice people. They just kind of gave up on trying to get the boat running, although it supposedly ran not too long ago. So kind of excited to see what we can do to make this thing work down the road.
All right, I didn't film the whole boat thing because they were helping me out and it just, I don't know, it didn't feel right. But I'll explain what happened. So we got the boat moved forward. So I'll go back and throw the other picture in there, but this was all the way sitting up here. So I got rid of some stuff. We were able to slide it all the way forward. Parked the boat on the downhill slant, winched it forward, and it actually looks like it fits on there pretty darn good. Wheel bearings are a little warm, so I'm gonna go in and get a grease gun and see if we can limp this dog home. Yeah, so $1,200 was the deal, and that's a 10,000 pound trailer. So it's got 5,200 pound axles, it looks like, and it's got the adjustable rollers, which is going to make it nice for Monday's activity. It's got no brakes. Apparently the boat was confiscated in Florida. It was like a drug seizure deal. So I'll see if I can get some history on it, but it's actually a really cool freaking boat. Oh man, getting this home is going to be 50-50. So I'm going to see what kind of parts I can get here and get her going. All right, so Walmart update. I got the lights extended out. I went through, checked all the torque, and some of these wheel studs are not the right size. I've got probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 wheel studs that either don't have nuts or they're the wrong size, but I think it's good enough to go home. We're like 50% there. Got my lights so I can be legit. Went through, checked all the suspension. It's all there. Some of it's pretty rusty. The cool thing is he had all the new parts, so I got all the stuff to rebuild suspension. If it breaks on the way home, it's just going to be crappy doing it in the dark. But yeah, it's go time. That thing's badass. Buy a trailer and get a free Scarab. That's a good fucking deal. Excuse the F-bombs there. Okay. There's a boat back there still. Crazy road work. Crazy. Well, we made it about 40 miles. Then I heard a little noise back here. So I think the issue was somebody replaced some wheel studs. They put the wrong wheel studs in, and that wheel was probably just working those studs to death until it finally shattered the wheel. And here we are. So, what are we gonna do? Still an hour from home. I think I'm gonna high lift the front end down. Then I'll high lift the back end up. See if we can't pull this thing apart so I can get parts. Come back tomorrow and put it back together. Maybe. Maybe not. That's what we're doing. Yeah. All right. I cannot believe this, but I went into my RV and I had 2 bearing kits with seals. And I believe it's for the same hub. A little box of good stuff right there. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I forgot that there's all this stuff in here. Lots of stuff. Stuff everywhere. I live in a world of stuff. Okay, we out. Okay, day 2 of trailer purchase recovery. I think we're about battle ready. So in all my days of tire failures and blowing out bearings and stuff, I have never destroyed a rim like that. That is kind of crazy to me. So you can see that the stud holes were wallowed out. So I had tightened everything up like 40 miles earlier, but I knew that the studs were the wrong size. And so I'm sure those studs are just walking every time that tire went around. They're wallowing that thing out until it went sideways, and then it took out the wheel bearing. So it's probably a combination, but I'll have to get some new studs to fix the other ones. But got our jack. I had a spare tire for the RV that's gonna fit on there. I got a couple bearing kits, my seals, high lift. I think we got everything we need. So get to it here. Go to Napa, get some stuff, get her done. Load up. Yeah, get in there. I know you don't want to go, but you got to suffer with me. It's the deal. I'll give you a cookie. So we're striking out in Red Bluff. Napa didn't have nothing. I hit the only tire shop, which is kind of the big one in town, and he doesn't have anything in stock. I called, well, everybody recommended Camping World up in Anderson, so I called them. He's got a few axle hubs on the shelf. I have to make sure that it's the right bearing diameter and for the bearing kits I got, but hoping we got a solution here. So we're gonna take a nice little Sunday drive. Just bought me a giant burrito that I think I could live off for 3 days. So you get more burrito bang for your buck in the North State, I believe. So, all right, the journey continues. Stay tuned. I just spent $300 at Camping World. I got two 12, what do you call it, drum brake hubs. Go get me some lug nuts, and we'll go see if we can get these on the trailer and do something special. Oh, yes. And we got our lug nuts. Thanks, O'Reilly's. Although I bought the wrong ones the first time around. So. Okay, now. I don't even know where we are. How do we get to where we need to go?
So an hour drive back up the hill, we were kind of up by Mount Lassen, about almost 6,000 feet. And I was kind of skeptical if this thing would still even be there. Wouldn't surprise me if some hillbillies would just hook up to it and drag it down the road without a tire and whatnot. But it was there, and it didn't take long to throw that new hub back on there. That hub came with bearings and seal all ready to rock. So all I had to do was just slap it on there and put this thing back together, and we were ready to rock.
The words of Hannibal Ace. I love it when a plan comes together, even if it's plan C. Okay, well, I had to take the backing plate off for the disc brake. And then I had bought these 12-inch drum brake dealios, and they had bearings and seal installed. I just had to slap it on there, and I'm good to go. So that wheel's good. Now I'm going to jack up each other wheel, spin them, check the lug nuts, and hopefully prevent the same thing from happening on the other wheels. I have one more brake rotor hub I can put on there. So I think that one's good. That's original. This is sketchy because that looks like it's got all the undersized studs. God, what a freaking mess. That one's got two original studs, so that might be close enough to keep that one, oops, centered. Anyway, I'm gonna check all these other ones, get back on the road. We got stuff to do. Would you believe I'm like 2 miles from home? But that was an old tire, even though it looked good. All right, well, the good news is it's not far to get home, but I don't know what to do. I'll steal a tire off the RV, I guess. All right, no big deal. All right, I robbed the tire off the RV. It's there. Let's go. Let's get this done. It's cocktail time. Hello. All right. I was just looking out here and I was like, God, I think the neighbors really must love this shit. That's the new car trailer. I sold the old one the other day. So, don't know what these are. Everything's been painted over, but we just threw everything inside, but it's actually not terrible. Let's see if I can step up here. So it's got, yeah, the flooring. It really doesn't even look that bad, dude. It's very, like, usable. So you can see, like, from a couple feet away, it looks freaking pretty good. The bad part is kind of like up here, see where it's like chipped and stuff, but I don't think it would be a hard fix at all. And there's not much. There's no damage on this boat at all I can find. I don't even haste this thing off. What is this thing? 2, 3, 4. I think it's a 30-footer. It's either 28 or 30. It's got a little cabin, a little stabbing cabin. Oh, well, you know, we'll see. It's got the cushions. It's got, there's like 2 biminis. One of the biminis is super freaking heavy. It's all good quality, like stainless steel. So yeah, dude, I think we'll have some fun with this thing. And there's like compartments back in here. I think it's got a raw water, or freshwater wash down. These trim tabs look like new. So somebody recently put some money into this thing. All right. Find us some 225 4-stroke Yamahas.
All right, this is the part of my video where I try and make you dizzy and puke. Just trying to get my tires and parts over in the corner there so we can figure out how to get this boat off the trailer. The fun part.
All right, this is where things get a little tricky. So I think I'm going to use these to support the V on the back. And then I got a couple of inflated ones with wheels that I can use as the center, because there's going to be a lot of weight on those. And I got some plywood. I think I'm going to rig this all up. I'll at least rig up the back too, and then we'll scoot the boat off the back of the trailer so it overhangs. And then we're going to get a little Western. Solo Western. Solo Western. Oh man. I was hoping to be doing this at like 9 o'clock this morning, not 5 o'clock at night, the night before I need that freaking trailer. Okay, look at this mess. We're gonna make something. It's like, you got some Legos and you got to make something cool. Yeah.
So this is the time where we get a little bit Western. You know, I didn't have a seriously good game plan here. I just took some of those MTVR tires, threw them up at an angle in the back to support the stern of the boat, and got the boat kind of positioned there, lifted up on the trailer, and was able to slide it forward. I was trying to figure out how to get the inflated MTVR tires under the keel, but those things weigh like 800 pounds, and I just didn't have a way to support the trailer and move the tires into position at the same time. So I kind of just set the boat on the ground, got the trailer out of there. This is where that skip loader's just been so handy. I don't know how I could have done any of this without the skip loader. I mean, there's a will, there's a way. It just went a lot faster than it could have gone. So, come on, get that thing out of there. Jeez, hurry up. All right, so now I got the boat on the ground, but I need to get the keel or the hull supported. So I was able to come in and barely had enough power with that skip loader to lift up the front of the boat. And then I hooked a winch up to one of the tires with my truck and just winched it under the keel there and got everything supported proper. And that was it. Gave me the confidence to move on to the next step of this adventure.
So the guy just tells me that they don't help load. This is all self-load. So it's a dang good thing I got a trailer with rollers, but I sure as hell don't know how I'm going to do this. But I'm here. I'm going to figure it out. Oh, shit. So making some progress. I'm basically jacking the bow up, and then I go jack the stern up. It's got that center skag. It's kind of the biggest challenge at this point, otherwise I'd just be able to winch it forward. So I basically have to keep scooting it up until I get to that point, and then come back here and jack it up. So I had it resting on these foam blocks. I think I have enough boat on the trailer now. I could probably ditch the foam, but I'm gonna jack the back up, do one more forward pull, and then I'm gonna have to probably, I don't know, I'm hoping just one more axle. Once I get the center skag over that next axle, I should be able to just winch it forward. Or, you know, drive along and hit the brakes. That's kind of how I loaded the Scarab. Wow, it's hot today. Creaking, creaky, creaky. Well, mission is like 90% complete. So, showed up today and the guy's like, oh yeah, we don't load. You're gonna have to do that yourself. Are you kidding me? This thing was on foam blocks. But I did it somehow. A lot of jacking. So I wish I could go another 3 feet forward, but I can't. I could probably get another foot out of it, but then there's a center rudder and I can't get over that axle because then the prop will be into the rollers. So this is pretty much as good as I can do. I'm gonna have to put some blocks, block those rollers up 3 inches, and then this trailer will probably work pretty good. I do have a little tongue weight, like a couple 100 pounds. I'm not real comfortable with it, but I don't know, the boat looks, as long as the weight is spread on the axles, I don't blow a tire, I can lift this home. Oh my God, this has been I mean, look at this truck. It's just, I got like food on the inside all over the place. I got tires out the yin-yang, blocks, jacks. Jeez, I blew my jack out. Blown out tires. I mean, it just tells a story. Busted rim. This is probably the most extreme solo adventure I've done. If I had a buddy helping me, it would have been way easier, but I guess I don't got no buddies because nobody's here. I even called a couple dudes and they're like, you're on your own. Ow. Oh, boat looks good though. I was getting skeptical talking to my buddy today. He was telling me I'm an idiot. But this boat looks pretty clean. So even if that motor don't run, I'll just jam a little 350 in there and it'll be the most badass plastic float boat stereo machine on the lake. I don't care. I'm gonna have fun with it. All right, got it strapped to go forward, strapped not to go backwards. We're gonna go nice and slow. I got the drop pitch as low as I wanted, or as low as I'm comfortable with, and then keeping the prop off the ground. So, all right, truck, time to do your thing.
So I limped the boat home, had no other issues, thank goodness. And once I got it home, threw a battery in it because I was curious. Thing powered up, found the key. Shows it's got 284 hours. Motor turned over briefly. I still didn't know what's wrong with this boat. But trailers were still my biggest concern. I happened to find another trailer on Marketplace for $1,000. It was an old Mastercraft trailer. I thought it would work better than the roller trailer. At the same time, I had a picture of the boat on a Facebook Centurion group, and the previous owner recognized it, hit me up, and said that used to be my boat. So I gave him my phone number. We chatted. Turned out he had the original trailer still for that boat. So quick negotiation. I was able to pick up the original trailer for $3,500. Ran out there to grab it real quick, and here we go, trying to get the boat back on its original trailer.
In a strange turn of events, yesterday I posted on a Centurion forum that I had this boat. And I said, does anybody recognize it? Because I'd love the backstory on it. And some guy gets me back and says, yeah, that used to be my boat. And turns out he still had the original trailer. So I made a run to the bank and I think took out the last of my emergency savings. and ran up and got this trailer. So now, let me just flip around. What redneck show we got going today. So I got this roller trailer that I used to pick it up at the auction yard, which was kind of necessary because it's adjustable and it rolls, so it's easy to pull the boat up because they would not offer loading. I need to get it off this trailer, get it on the right trailer, and get this trailer out of here because I don't have room for it. And my neighbors have a party today, so I need to get everything done by like 1 o'clock. So plan is jacks, tires, jack up the back end, and I need to get it probably another, I don't know, 8 inches, 10 inches. I gotta go take a measurement. Jack it up. Then we'll use the what's this thing called? Hum and tug. We'll use the wrecker boom, lift the front end up. In theory, should be able to just drive the trailer right out, drive the other trailer right in, do some musical car chairs, and then we're done. Hey, it's Maxie. What's up, buddy?
The previous owner also gave me the whole background on what happened with this boat. It was being surfed up north, and with water in the ballast tanks, they hit an underwater obstacle. That upward force caused the internal ballast tank to fail, so it's probably just a cracked seam somewhere in the ballast tank. It was not obvious from the bottom of the hull that there was any damage until he told me exactly where to look, and then you could see the spidered fiberglass. Water potentially got into the transmission and potentially into the intake or into the motor. No obvious signs yet, so I'm just going to flush all the fluids, get it out there, run it, get it hot, and hope everything's good. I still think this is worth the risk I'm taking on, but time will tell. So maybe I'll do an update after I get this thing repaired out on the water. But she's looking good under her original trailer now. I think there's enough there I can work with it. If I had to replace the motor in the trans, it's still going to be worth it to me. So I'm going to get this thing running. We'll be surfing by spring, and I'm still pretty excited. So I will follow up with an update when I'm all said and done. But for now, she's home and ready to be worked on. So something to do, keep me out of trouble this winter. Thanks for watching, and I'll update you as soon as I know what the hell's going on here. Thanks for watching.